everyone, welcome to Creative Stamping Designs. How's everybody doing today? Just going to give anyone a second to pop on. How's everybody doing? We are having one hot day here. Well, we've had a couple hot days actually. Hi Jamie, hi Jillian. Thanks for joining. I took the dog out before and oh my gosh, she's out there walking around. I'm like, are you nuts? It's hot, too hot. She's a black dog, so anyway. And I think we're supposed to get a couple more days like this, really warm. All right. How can I be all crooked again? Sorry. Trying to see which way I gotta go. I think that way. Everything looks straight from my end, and then all of a sudden it all became crooked. Hi Donna, thanks for joining. Oops. I was straight and I made myself crooked again. Let's see if I get this right. All right. I am going to get started here. I'm using the Whimsical tree bundle. It's the first time I'm using it, so. Where are you at, Donna, that it's real hot? Are you in Virginia? I can't remember. Terrible, I should know. Should remember some of these things. It's like in the mid to upper 90s with 200% humidity. It's brutal out there. All right, let me get started. Before I get started, I want to remind everybody that Celebration is going on right now, and this is the best time. Stampin' Up's doing it twice this year, so, and I really like, Kansas City. Well, I was really off, sorry. This is like the best time to join because you get free stuff, and who doesn't like free stuff? For any order $50 or more, there's multiple stamp sets and die sets and paper, the DSP, that you get for free, and then you also get a free gift from me. So it's a win-win, I think. Also, Stampin' Up! Has their joining special right now. If you join during Celebration, you get to choose one of these 12 bundles, and they're valued up to $60.25. Yes, I am using mint macaron today, Jamie. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for joining. Anyway, you get to choose one of these bundles, and the Whimsical Trees is one of the bundles that you get absolutely free. So if you're planning on placing a big order for $99, you can get up to $185 worth of product. It ships for free. They include extra stuff in it. So if you're interested, you want to talk about it, I'd be happy to talk to you. Just drop me a line at creativestampingdesigns@gmail.com, and I will get in touch with you, and I'll talk to you about it because we'd love to have you on the team. So, all right, let me get started. All right, so the card base. Hi, Rosie. I beat you to it. Card base, obviously, you guys guessed, is mint macaron. And I'm using a whole card base, but it will make 2 cards, if that makes sense. So I did not do anything ahead of time. So let me get my trimmer. All right, let's see. The best I can do here. Just everything out of the way. Okay, so I can move my trimmer up a little more. So I'm going to score. Oops, let me get. I had to switch my blades around because I have to take one of them off. I'm going to score the paper first at 4 1/4. Then I'm going to turn it and score it again in half at 5 1/2. And then I got to take my, hopefully it'll come off nice and easy. Maybe not. Without breaking a nail. Would be nice. I need to take my scoring, bring it closer. I need to take the scoring blade off because the way I have to put the paper in, the scoring blade gets in the way. So, come on. All right. So then I'm going to take the cardstock and I need to cut it from corner to corner. So this is how you'll get 2 cards out of it. So, and it's a little tight here. So I'm lining up. I don't know if you can see this. Let me try to move it the best I can. I'm going to line up the corner right with the cutting indent. And I need to cut right through the center of the cardstock. All right, so I don't know about you. You move one side and the other side moves. All right. Now, I suggest when you are cutting, you don't start with the cutting blade all the way down here. Start like up a little bit, come back, and then go forward. Otherwise, sometimes if you start at the corner, if you start at the corner, it could wrinkle or tear the paper the wrong way. And then that will mess it up. So let's try to get this back in. Oops. All right. So I'm going to cut down and then I'm going to go forward. And let's see if it doesn't always cut at the very end, so I do need to use my paper snips for the last piece that I'm trimming. Just gonna, it cut through, but it didn't cut all the way through, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna snip it because I don't want to rip the paper. That way. Then we're gonna go this. See how it just missed that one little spot. So now this will make, like I said, it'll make 2 cards. All right. I need to make sure I fold this the right way, though. Last thing I want to do is fold it the wrong way. Okay, so, oops, let me get this one out of the way. So we're going to fold this panel down, and I suggest putting the corner and the straight edge, even though I scored it, I want to make sure that the corner is going right to the corner. Just use your bone folder, and then we're going to fold this side over, and I'm going to do the same thing before you folding it completely. Make sure the corners match up. Need to turn it, sorry. There, that's the card. And it'll stand up, and you can turn this different ways if you want. You know, you can have it that it goes like this, it can go like that, or you can flip them the other way so that the wider end is on this side, if that makes sense. Hi, Akiko, thanks for joining. And that's it for the fold. The rest is all decorating. And I did do a lot of the cutting, and I got things put together. So the first thing I did is I have a piece of Blushing Bride, which I believe this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I'll have all the measurements will be on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns.com. So I have a panel that was 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and again I cut it from corner to corner. So this piece will go down here, this one's going to go here. I was going to emboss it, but I couldn't decide what to emboss it with. So what I did is the dies, I'll just show you what I cut a few extra. One of the dies is this thing, which is I guess like the garland for tree. So I cut a whole bunch of them and I just glued them on and made my own embossed panel. So it kind of matches because it's the trees. But you can emboss it, or you can use DSP on it. You can, whatever you want to do with it will work. I decided to do the die cut trees. I just to break it up a little so I didn't have all of the DSP. So I'm just going to adhere this panel to the card base, and I'm using liquid glue because I need to make sure for wiggle room. My goal is to try not to get all gluey this week. Alright, so we're going to put this right like that. And I'm just going to flip it over so I can give it a good press. So that's the one side. And then the other one, I have a panel of the Whimsy and Wonder Specialty DSP. This paper is gorgeous. I love this paper. I really do. Every piece in this pack I love. So I'm going to adhere that to this side of the triangle. Now, if you have a piece of DSP that is directional, you need to pay attention to how you're cutting it. And I'm not going to say I know that from experience, because I actually, before I cut it, I made sure the trees were going to be facing up. So this was one of those times that I measure twice, cut once, because I did not want upside down trees. I think if I cut it upside down, I probably would have used the opposite side, the solid one. Okay, and then we're just going to adhere this. I'm going to open this up because it'll be a little easier. Get my bone folder out of the way. Now you can make these panels a little smaller too. I could have cut the Blushing Bride 4 by 5 1/4 and then cut the DSP 3 3/4 by 5. So you could do that. You can change the measurements. I did it thinking I was going to have a bigger border, but I guess with a triangle, I didn't. All right, so, and the other thing I did cut and I colored some of the things already. I stamped and cut out the ornaments. These were stamped with tuxedo black, and same with the holly and berries. I stamped them in tuxedo black, and then I colored them with my mint macaron and polished pink Stampin' Blends markers. We don't have a Blushing Bride, but I actually did try doing it with the Blushing Bride marker, and I didn't like it. I don't know. The paper's okay, but I didn't like the Blushing Bride on the ornaments. They needed to be a little brighter. So, and I just have a strip of white paper, which measures 4 by 1 1/4, And then I had cut a strip of mint macaron paper also, and I used from the hand pen dies, I used the scallop for the bottom. I just wanted to give it a little something. I didn't want it just straight across. So I'm going to stamp the sentiment on this one, and I'm going to try to stamp it right in the middle. There it is. And I'm just stamping it with joy. And we're going to hope we get this straight. This stamp's a little forgiving, so okay. Oops. I didn't want to adhere this. I wanted to make sure I stamped it first, so if I made a mistake, I had the other side. And I'm going to adhere this to the mint macaron, but I'm going to adhere it high enough so that you can see the scallop edge and this, or the stitching mainly. All right, just use a little. Actually, I think I'm going to put the stamp and seal right on the mint macaron. I'm going to adhere this right. They're both 4 inches, so they line up perfectly. Okay, there's my glue. I got a little extra glue there. That's all right. I'll get that off. This Stampin' Up! Used to have this glue eraser. I don't know why they discontinued it. I still use mine. I don't know if you can get them anywhere else, but I use mine all the time. Oops, I'm a little crooked now on this side. Just bring this side down a little bit. I like using my grid paper, but I guess, there we go. That's better. There. Right, then I'm going to adhere the ornaments on either side just with a little bit of liquid glue just on the top. And I'm not looking at comments. I don't know. Oh, you can find them at those erasers at the dollar store, Jamie? Thank you. I know Mary also has, one of our team members, she's got an eraser, an ink eraser. I need one of those because I waste more inners because my finger goes in the ink and I go to stamp and so I need one of those ink erasers. The glue I'm not too bad with. I'm just going to put these on either side. See if I try to get them as close as possible to. Okay, and then I'm going to adhere the holly on the top with some dimensionals. Ugh, must have glue on my nails now. Yeah. Oops. I meant to put it on the other side. I meant to put it over here. Oh well. Oh, this one's going to have 3 pieces. I probably could have gotten away with 1, but I want to make sure it's going to stay. We're using my tweezers. Okay. Whoops. I we're going to do the same with this one. I got everything sticking to me today. Going to put this one right like that. And then we're going to adhere this right at the top of the panel like that. And I'm going to adhere it with Stampin' Dimensionals, but I am going to have to, so I don't want to put anything on this bottom corner. I'm going to hold my finger there so I don't forget. Go like that so I remember which corner I do not want to adhere anything to. I am going to put one more right here. And that should be good. Hi, Amy. Oh, no problem. All right, so we're going to put this right on the top. I need to bring it a little closer. Sorry, I got to make sure I'm getting it in the right spot. Make sure that, yep, got that last one I put in. Perfect. So that's the card. And just do the inside and it'll be done. And I was debating at first, I had the ribbon that goes with this to put up top, but I didn't really like the way it looked. Okay, we're just going to set that on the side. Do the inside. So I have the sentiment. Where is it? Right side up. Wishing you Christmas cheer and magical moment that lasts all year. I figured everybody's been doing Christmas cards. I'm like, no, it's too soon. It's too soon. And then I kind of looked at the date and I'm thinking, oh, I guess maybe I should start. Because I'm going to run out of time and I'm going to be scrambling at the end because I make a lot of them. Let's see if it's inked up. It is. I don't know if my ink pad is... There we go. That's a little better. And we're going to hope we get this straight. Ah! That was not good. Let's try this one more time. I don't see any ink around the edges. There we go. That will be a mess. And then I do have, is that straight? Yeah, it is. Okay. Just need to make sure. Just want to smooth my edges. They were kind of up a little. I do have the one tree that I'm going to stamp on the inside. And we're going to stamp that in mint macaron. I'm going to stamp it right on the bottom. And then there's another stamp in there, and at first I'm looking at it and I couldn't figure out what it was, and then I realized it's lights. So my tree this time is going to have pink lights on it. And I have have the polished pink. I didn't want to use, I tried both. I was stamping on my grid paper before, and I tried stamping it with the Blushing Bride, and it just didn't cut it. Christmas card needed to be bright and cheery. So we're going to just hope we're getting this in the right spot. There. Okay, so one light's off a little bit, but that's okay. Right, we're going to adhere this to a Blushing Bride mat. And the colors that I'm using, these are the colors that are in the DSP. And that's a lot of times when I'm... Oh, well, that was not smart. A lot of times when I'm trying to come up with colors, I'll grab DSP and I work with the colors that are in the DSP. Just adhere to that. And then we're just going to put this on the inside, do the envelope, and we're all done. And the Blushing Bride here was 4 by 5 1/4, and the basic white is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. But again, all the measurements, the directions, and I'll try to put a picture, like a little diagram, template of how to cut the paper. And then you can fold it, like I said, either way, whichever way you want. There. Let's do a card real quick, and we will be done. Oops. I'll be covered in glue when I'm done. Just going to stamp the tree on the front. And I'm going to stamp the same one, the big tree with the pink lights. And I think I'll stamp it on this side. Lights. Okay, my tree's getting blown a little bit in the wind. I just noticed it's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. In this case, it's, well, it's outside being blown, that's all. But it's an envelope, so let's try to get this. That one light wants to keep going off the tree. When I was practicing it with this set, 'cause I always have to practice first. The lights were all staying on. And there you have it. And now I do have this other piece that I can fold and use for the same type of card. So, and it just opens up like that. And this piece will, you know, make it so it will stand up. Just like that. Right? Thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate it. I'm planning on being back next Wednesday at 4 o'clock, same time. And I'll see what I'm going to come up with. If anybody ever wants to see anything special, please feel free to email me. And I'm open to suggestions all the time. If you do make this card, on Friday on my Facebook page, I will have the card posted. And in the comments, I would love to see your card. So just in the comments, leave a picture of your card. All right? Thank you, everyone. And I will see everyone next week. Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.